Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here again at ICP, seeing what's going on. Let's go ahead and pull up some backend data, kind of go from there. And I do want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, the whole 9 yards there. Deeply appreciate the support. Congrats to our community here for some nice profits here on a long for ETH, 25%, and another long from Near Protocol, 21%. Keep in mind, last week or over the weekend, we were shorting Bitcoin, good 30% there, and Aave 28%. So again, these kind of trades that we're taking, mostly just being patient, waiting for good opportunities. And you kind of want to make sure to do that. Now with ICP, I've talked previously about waiting for 740 or higher so we can get some confirmation. We're going to talk about the reason why it's important, but more importantly here, I guess just start with some liquidation and kind of see where we're at. There is still more liquidation on the downside. We kind of zoom out and look at here. We got 100, maybe 200 million down between 5.5 and $6. But we're kind of in the middle of this range of liquidation. So as per usual, ICP has like heavy concentrations at support and resistance levels. So right now it's $8 to the top and $6.50 to the bottom. Okay, those are just kind of some round numbers, but generally speaking, you're going to see liquidation levels at about, right here we can see $8 up here, and we got this guy right here. Okay, so we're kind of in the middle of that. The reason why that's relevant is because liquidation is an important factor when taking a trade. You need to know that these areas are constantly swept and manipulation is a very real thing, and that you can kind of almost guarantee that the price is going to go to this level because of how just significant those areas are. And what happens too, people are curious why that occurs, because market movers, they're going to keep setting limit orders to get the price to where they want it. Once the price action goes where they want it and then we get a liquidity sweep, everyone else gets destroyed. There's less resistance at that point, so they can move the market wherever they want. Okay, they generally will buy in or do the exact opposite of whatever the price was doing and then take profits to the other direction. It's very sick and very unfortunate, but if you understand that, it makes things a little easier. Okay. Take a look here, ICP, right? There's that point of control, 740. That little X marks the spot. That's where I want to consider entry for a long. And I know it seems crazy to want to wait for a long position. Now the price is higher. Why didn't we get in down below at 680? Truth is, we don't have confirmation. We're still in a bearish trend, and we don't have confirmation yet. Just double check that here. First of all moving averages are above the price action. All altcoins are doing this right now. Very few altcoins have any SMAs below the price. Hypothetically, at this point, if ICP were to break above those levels, we probably should see a run. We'll talk about that later, but for this moment here, right now, what we're seeing, we're all still bearish in our divergence here. In other words, stochastic, while it's swinging up and that's good, MACD's trying to converge, hasn't fully yet. We're still not in the woods yet. I mean, look at this significant range here. Price action cannot break free from 685 upwards of 770. Okay, because we've been in this range for a little while. Okay, so until you break that range, generally speaking, you can expect it to continue. So we should go into the presumption here that even if we break through this resistance at about 740, there's going to be a solid amount of resistance at 770. We can presume that will be our next point of resistance and or rejection. So take a look at the 4 hour. Things going to be a little clearer here, a little easier to kind of see what's going on in the 4 hour time frame. We can see we're testing the 50, but just broke above the 20. Generally speaking, being over the 20-day SMA on the 4 hour is a good starting point. That's generally going to allow for us to have further continuation of the upside. Keep in mind, Bitcoin just pumped right now, so try not to get super excited. ICP is not like on its own volition doing very well. It's simply following suit. Okay, we need Bitcoin to be able to maintain its current range for ICP to continue to run, though. That's what we're going to be looking for. But at this point here, when we look at the price action, we can actually draw out some more local fibs here from the recent high to recent low. We can see we're coming up. A lot of coins are doing this right now. The local point of control is aggregating itself right there at that golden pocket, that resistance range. So keep in mind, we're going to see some resistance here right where we're at. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove this alert because I'm already kind of paying attention to the charts. But the general consensus here is getting over 740 is a good starting point, but getting over 745 would be even better. The reason why, we'd be above the local high, we'd be breaking above this golden pocket, and we have a much better opportunity to be able to take along with confidence at that point. Okay. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Stochastic RSI is swinging up, MACD's converging. We're over 50 on the RSI now officially at this point. This likely just happened in the last 4 hour candle, basically telling us that we are mostly on track. In other words, if we take a look here, we just broke free. Again, this candlestick hasn't closed yet. We still got 3 hours left. However, if you take a look here, we are broken free from the last 12 to 24 hour period of rejecting out at 725. Okay, so hypothetically, 725 will be the new low. Price comes up and that's how it works. Okay, that's how it's supposed to work. This is an exact no. We can see the price action waking up here to that point of control and rejecting out. Oddly enough, Bitcoin is above its point of control for the moment, but it's still too early to know if that's going to hold or not. We got to be patient here and wait. But generally speaking, at this point here, we got a lot of confirming factors as to why ICP should be on the right track here. Now, according to the 4-hour time frame, that momentous shift is occurring. 1-hour time frame, let's quickly understand the Ichimoku cloud and kind of see that we are above the cloud here. And in fact, roughly an hour or two ago, it's probably easier to see this here. Roughly an hour or two ago, we can see the price action just broke above that level. So again, generally speaking, when you look at the Ichimoku cloud, being above the cloud is important, but you also want the price action to be free and clear here with the lagging span, which it is now. So hypothetically, it's good time to consider a long position. Once again, 740 hasn't been officially broken yet, so I don't want to be too premature and say go for the gold here, but a lot of this is hinging on Bitcoin just monstrously taking off, okay? Again, hindsight's 20/20, but hypothetically we broke through the cloud, that would have been a good entry, right? Somewhere at 715. But again, I probably wouldn't have wanted to take an entry there based on the simple fact that we're still below a lot of resistances, okay? So again, ICP, while it's looking good, try not to get too ahead of yourself. Most of this is just based on Bitcoin pumping. However, we close at 740, maybe 750 or higher. I think that's a good solid consideration for a long, because it would have broke through our key level resistances and had a good amount of accumulation there. Keep in mind, you don't just buy in as soon as it hits 740. You don't just jump in. You want to wait for it to essentially hold that level. Okay, so ideally, what that would look like is the price action would do something like this. Okay, when it starts to consolidate in this range, that's when you want to get in. Okay. You don't just jump in as soon as it hits that level because it may pull back and not be able to hold that level, right? All right, just some things I like to kind of teach. I hope this made sense. I described this correctly. Thanks again so much for watching. I hope you learned something here today. And obviously, you want to become a better trader? CryptoCache.tech is a site. Link down below. We do have a new Pioneer package. Be sure to check that out. Links here as well for no VPN, no KYC. Bitunix, phenomenal exchange for US Canadian members. We use them consistently. They've been really awesome to us. Make sure to take advantage of this benefit here while it still lasts. Thanks again so much again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Take care.